Hello, I am Pamela Avellanosa. I am 35 years old, born in the Philippines, and I am the miracle child of Saint Arnold Janssen. 21 years ago, I was happy. I was with my family. I went biking with my cousins, and I fell down, hit my head, and met an accident. I was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors didn't know what to do, and I was declared hopeless. I was clinically dead. I was brain dead. And my family prayed the novena to Blessed Arnold Janssen with the Pink Sisters, and on his feast day, that was the time that I woke up. When my family saw me fall down, they took me to the nearest hospital. The doctors didn't know what to do. They merely stitched my head and thought I was okay. Several hours later, after 4 hours, then I began to vomit. Then my relatives decided that they needed to take me to another hospital because they thought I could be given more medical attention. Upon arrival on the second hospital, I am no longer breathing on my own, and my heart had stopped beating. So the doctors thought that there's no more hope for me, and they just kept on asking my aunts, "Why did you bring her just now?" implying that it is already too late. My aunts didn't know what to do, so of course they had to run to their mother. My grandmother, her name is Lucy, and I call her Lola. My grandmother is a very close friend with the Pink Sisters, one of the congregations founded by Saint Arnold Janssen. Part of her prayer was, "Blessed Arnold, please help my granddaughter. If ever that she will need a miracle, perform on her that last miracle needed for you to become a saint." Perhaps out of desperation, or perhaps it's just because of her nature to persist, she even said, "Blessed Arnold, this is your chance now to become a saint. So you got to work, work, work." After praying, it's as if my grandmother was guided by the Holy Spirit. She thought that the doctors at the hospital are all wrong matches, because they have already given up hope. They won't be able to do their best anymore to save me. So she told the people at the hospital that, "No, I will look for another doctor who will take care of my granddaughter." She tried to look for a doctor and finally came upon a certain Dr. Hernandez, who was a complete and total stranger to the family. The doctor went to the hospital, but he didn't bring any of his medical or surgical tools. He was just riding a motorcycle, and he even told my relatives that he just came to console the family of my impending death, and no operation was intended because it will just be useless. But upon talking with my aunts, the doctor found out that we are a family of persistent people. And my aunts kept on pleading with him, insisting that he does something on me, and they wouldn't let him go. It was all so frustrating for the doctor, and so the doctor just thought that if I prove to them that this girl is already dead, then they will leave me alone. So he applied a painful stimulus on my sternum, expecting that I will no longer respond. This would mean that I am already dead. Fortunately, I made a very slight reflex reaction, and that gave the doctor a very slight glimmer of hope that I might still be alive. Although at the back of the doctor's mind, he knew that even if he operated on me, it will just be a useless case. I had my bigger wound here, but he decided to operate me on the opposite side. When he opened my skull, he immediately saw a blood clot lodged on my brain. It was 3 inches with a volume of 12 ounces, like a big bottle of Coke. It was so huge that it squeezed my brain to a fist size. During that time, my brain was no longer functioning, so I was brain dead. And because it wasn't giving enough impulse on my heart to beat, I was also declared clinically dead. So although I survived the operation, the doctors were just negative on my chances of survival. They said, "Please do not entertain any false hopes. Your daughter will either die very soon, or if ever she will live, at the most, she will definitely be a vegetable state. She will definitely be in a vegetable state, and she will have the mental state of a 4-year-old child. That's the most that we can hope for her. But luckily, my grandmother, my relatives did not lose hope. My aunt went to the Pig Sisters, and a novice gave her a novena of the sick in honor of then Blessed Arnold Janssen. The novice promised to include me in their novena intentions in preparation for his feast day. So the Pink Sisters and my family, my relatives and all their friends prayed the novena to Blessed Arnold Janssen. And guess what? On his feast day, exactly on January 15, that was the day that I woke up. During that time, half of my body was paralyzed. But I guess Saint Arnold Janssen works little by little, even after life, even in miracles. My recovery was very gradual, but it was something that amazed all doctors. I woke up knowing my name, knowing how to write, knowing all lessons that I had in school, knowing all the answers to all the questions. And that amazed them. I left the hospital already being able to walk a little and even talk a little during the feast day of Saint Joseph Reinademitz, another SVT saint. And now I can already walk a lot and talk a lot. One day they asked me to sit down and write on my own words the impact of the accident on me, and they all submitted the documents to Christ the King, Manila, to Saint Arnold Janssen Secretariat, where Father Stan was working during that time.